Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the show. And today's discussion is on the film Hardware Wars. So the film is from the year 1978. The film was directed by Ernie Fosele and was also written by him as well. The music was done by Richard Wagner. The film had a budget of $8,000 and a box office return of $1 million. So what was the plot of Hardware Wars? Well, the whole thing of Hardware Wars is a short parody film in the vein of a teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. But the whole thing was made after Episode 4 to capitalize on its popularity. And the film is kind of cheap, to be honest, but I mean it's not too cheap. And the fact that they use like wires, they use, instead of like say spaceships, they use hardware as the spaceships. Like one is like say a iron as a spaceship. There is a there's a lot of things in this film. Like say there's like the ironing, like the iron for the iron board. There's a toaster that's like the Death Star. I get to say R2-D2. He's now a vacuum cleaner. And C-3PO looks like say the Tin Man. So the cast includes in the film Scott Matthews as Luke Starbucker, Cindy Fargatch as Princess Android, Jeff Haley as Augie Bin Doggy, Bob Knickerbocker as Ham Salad instead of Han Solo, Frank Roboterson as 4Q2, and he's the C-3PO ripoff. He looks like the Tin Man. The film was narrated by Paul Frees. If you don't know who he is, you'll know him by the voice. He did the Tony the Tiger. They're great. He was also he also did voices for such holiday classics like Rudolph's Shiny New Year's, Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey. He's done voice work for Disney attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean. He even did the ghost host for the Haunted Mansion, which is actually my all-time favorite Disney attraction. I gotta say the effects for the film are great and cheesy and silly. The parody of Darth Vader, Darth Nader, he having like his helmet being so muffled that whenever he talks he goes rah, 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 and every time he says like what? I mean Augie Bin Dog second me says like what are you? What? And then like when his friend Princess Leia destroy Alderaan, which is actually just a basketball, he's just going rah, 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 rah. So no, it's a peaceful planet. Basketball world's a peaceful planet. And then everything is like, what is Augie Bin Doggy? Was it just like, did it feel like 8,000 planets, a million people were destroyed in like in a minute? No, just a headache. I get it, like, also like the aspect of like flashlights are now lightsabers instead, which is silly, which is like, when you're a kid, that's what you always thought lightsabers were. You always thought it was a flashlight, because it looks cool. Like, anybody kid, whenever you had a flashlight, you'd always go like say, you'd always do that. No matter who you were, you always did that. I was gonna say and that thing is funny, it's cheesy. It gets to the point of like, say, this is a low budget using hardware parody of Star Wars. The acting is cheesy. Ham the Salad funny. Instead of it's Chewbacca, it's Tronchilla, the Wookiee monster. It's or like Cookie Monster. Except there's a Cookie Monster doll that's painted brown. It's funny. There's some great moments. All the things are practical. It's like it's silly. It just looks. It's just funny. It's just like a. This film was done before, like say even to think Spaceball was done. So it's funny. It's a classic. Even George Lucas appreciates it. We got an award for like a great Star Wars awards like that for fan film, I believe. Even although the actor Scott Matthews says after this film he didn't want to act anymore. I mean, Star Wars, Hardware Wars, I even saw this movie when I was a kid. I think this movie is funny. It's only 13 minutes long. If you haven't seen it, I'd really recommend checking it out. It's kind of funny. You can check it out. If you enjoy it, check it out. If you enjoy Star Wars, it's pretty fine. But overall, I think Hardware Wars is a pretty entertaining short film. It's entertaining, it's funny, it's a very good mocking of Star Wars. If you like, don't forget to. But that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Put your thoughts in the comments down below. Let us know what you thought in the comments below, section below. And as always, I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye bye.